Live from Fargo and serving you on TV, online, and on the go. This is Valley News Live 10 at 10.
500,000 people marching in Washington, D.C. today, part of the March for Life, including a group from Shanley High School. Good evening, everyone. Thanks for joining us tonight. Stephanie is off. The pro-life event is held on the anniversary of the Roe v. Wade decision to legalize abortion. Valley News Live Washington correspondent Lauren Adams met up with a large group from Shanley to hear why they felt this trip was so important.
Adoption is an option! Adoption is an option!
They're loud and they're passionate. And together they make up the biggest anti-abortion event in the country.
Just have a lot of enthusiasm, a lot of excitement that we want to tap into.
Father Charles LaCroix is talking about his group of students from Shanley High School in Fargo, the group that carried the lead banner in the march.
We're very honored and privileged to do it not only in the name of Shanley, but in the name of North Dakota.
These marchers are all different ages and they come from different parts of the country, but their message to each other and to Congress is the same.
We're here in the name of life to march and hopefully cause our nation to take another look at abortion and want to change the laws to make things more humane.
I believe that abortion is wrong and that it should not be happening, and that we need to stand up against it and make sure that our voice is heard.
1, 2, 3, 4! This is what we're fighting for!
This demonstration falls on the 42nd anniversary of the Supreme Court's landmark decision about abortion, Roe versus Wade, a decision that most of these ralliers want to be overturned. And Shanley High School freshman Nick Dosh says he's just happy to be a part of it.
Humbled, very humbled, because there are so many people here out for this great cause, and I'm with so many of my best friends, so it's awesome.
In Washington, Lauren Adams, Valley News Live.
Nearly every Shanley student made the trip this year. More than 800 different donors helped the students raise $115,000 to cover the costs. Police are concerned that North Dakota is on a path to legalize recreational marijuana. Lawmakers in Bismarck are talking about easing up on penalties for having small amounts of weed. Right now, if you get caught with less than an ounce, you could face a felony. If the bill passes, you could get off with a ticket, which is why local police are concerned that the state is on the path to decriminalizing pot.
Marijuana is one of those drugs that's abused in our communities, and then there are certain social problems that come from that, whether it's people being impaired while they're driving or at work.
There's still a $500 fine with the infractions. And so, you know, we're not saying this is a wonderful thing for you to do. We're just saying, hey, you don't belong in jail for a year with a $1,000 fine, too.
The bill would also get rid of laws that bring harsher penalties for getting caught with weed near schools. We continue to follow the contamination, the water situation near Glendive, Montana, where 40,000 gallons of oil has leaked into the Yellowstone River. A new tool is being used to help clean up. Bridger Pipeline says their main objective to minimize the environmental impact of the spill that took place. They've begun the tedious process of removing the oil from the river. It's also showing us it's something called ice slotting. This is the process by which the oil is going to be removed from the Yellowstone. It's not foolproof, but it is quite effective. After the pipeline ruptured, a chemical called benzene appeared in the water. Since then, a crew of 120 people have been working around the clock in an attempt to clean up that river. Minnesota is one of only 12 states that ban liquor stores from opening on Sunday. Bills to repeal the law were introduced this week in the House and Senate. Supporters say the move will help the state remain competitive and give Minnesotans more freedom.
You know, here we are, a state that in the last couple of years has made marriage equality law, has dealt with the issue of medical marijuana, but somehow liquor sales on Sunday is too much. That's a bridge too far. I think the people of Minnesota are ready for this.
Some liquor store owners argue that opening on Sunday would cost more but not increase profits. A scare for any parent after sending their child off to school. A West Fargo student on her way to a bus stop was hit by a car early this morning. Valley News Team's Krista Boehm talks to the bus driver who stepped up immediately after it happened.
As a bus driver, Julie Schiefelbein knows all too well about safety when traveling with dozens of students a day.
I love working with them, and it's kind of fun to be the one to take them to school. and make sure that they get there safely.
But as Schiefelbein learned, keeping them safe at all times isn't always in her hands.
I was coming up to my second stop.
She was ready to let the kids on the bus near 42nd Street and 18th Avenue South, right behind the mall, when it came to a call.
My arm on the handle to open the door and let the kids on, and I heard a thump.
A young girl was hit by a car as she made her way to the bus stop.
First of all, I was like, is that what just happened?
It was, and not knowing how serious it could be, Schiefelbein stopped the bus and acted.
I called 911 right away, and I called into our base to let them know what had happened.
The young girl was okay and hopped on the bus to get to school, but Schiefelbein knows it could have been much worse.
You don't expect it to happen. You hear about it, but you don't think it's going to happen.
With thousands of cars on the road, as you head to work and send the kids off to school, the message from bus drivers is simple.
Make sure you're paying attention to the road, but especially if you see a school bus, slow down, because there could be kids anywhere, especially when you see the flashing lights. Doesn't matter if they're yellow or red, just slow down because there are kids in the area.
Krista Bain, Valley News Live.
The driver of the car remained on scene, and we're told by police there won't be any ticket or charges filed. A man remains hospitalized tonight after an officer-involved shooting overnight in Blaine, Minnesota. The police chief there says dispatchers received a call around 3:45 reporting a home break-in. A squad with nearly 2 nearby Coon Rapids officers arrived at the address a short time later. Officers say the suspect then lunged at them with a knife, and at least one of them opened fire, striking the suspect. An ambulance arrived to transport the man to North Memorial Medical Center. He is expected to survive. Neighbors say that they are well aware of what they call a criminal element in that particular area.
As someone who lives on this block, everybody around this neighborhood knows that this street's always been a problem street on the same side all the time. It's always, 4 or 5, maybe 6 houses down.
Police say that they believe the man was involved in another crime before the break-in. Saudi state television is reporting today that King Abdullah, the powerful U.S. ally in that region, has died. His expected successor is his 79-year-old half-brother, Prince Salman, who recently has taken on the ailing Abdullah's responsibilities. Abdullah was believed to have long rankled at the closeness of the alliance with the United States. He joined Washington's fight against al-Qaeda and sought to modernize the ultra-conservative Muslim kingdom with incremental but significant reforms, including nudging open greater opportunities for women. He was 90 years old. Your opinion matters, and Fargo City leaders want to hear what you have to say about the community and how to make it better. So they're offering you a forum 24/7 to get your input. That forum is a website called engagefargo.com. It's a place where you can go to offer up your 2 cents on a variety of topics.
This is a great way for us to reach out to citizens and have them engage wherever they are. Whatever's convenient for their schedule, they can get on, read the ideas, respond to some conversations, and really on their own schedule in their own time.
Sobolik says that the website is easy to access and easy to use. She says there will eventually be a link which will take you to the Fargo City government website to engagefargo.com as well. A large project is in the works for TNT Fitness to help the kids who go there. More than 500 people showing their support at the Holiday Inn for the 6th annual In Their Shoes event, including our own Lisa Bedeau, to help raise money for kids in need. TNT Fitness is planning on a 20,000 square foot expansion to help more children.
There is no place for children and adults with special needs. We've grown over 100 adults just in 1 year of them coming throughout the day. And in the evening time, we have young ones running all through the gym, and we don't have the space for them.
They're working to raise $3.6 million to help with this expansion, and Shields is contributing $500,000 to the cause.
Valley News Live 10 at 10 continues with no wait weather.
You've had some nice folks send in some beautiful pictures tonight.
Just glorious colors in the sky. And take a look at these, Mike. I got to tell you, it was fun sitting there watching our Skycam time lapse tonight. And here's a look at what things look like in Lake Park with the high clouds drifting overhead and the sunlight bouncing off the bottom. Thanks, Susie, for your photo. How about Clearbrook? sending in some beautiful shots. No relation, by the way, Harry Hutchins sending in a shot.
I didn't think so.
No. All right, here's what's going on. Look at this, Mike. We got a lot of colors on the radar this time of the year. That's a slippery proposition. Here's a look at snow moving into Thunder Bay. And as we focus on our northern counties, here's some rain taking place there. Now, with a frozen ground, this rain and areas of pink would indicate freezing rain and sleet. Some slippery conditions possible. Not everywhere is going to be real icy. We're not going to get a huge amount of rainfall, but just a little coating of ice, as we've learned recently, can certainly cause some dangerous travel conditions. Temperatures are coldest as well down to the south, where we have 20s in Alexandria and Fergus Falls right now. It's 32 in Detroit Lakes. Temperatures have held steady for the most part through the Red River Valley and points north, where we are in the upper 30s. 37 degrees in Devil's Lake at this hour, 36 for Roseau. The green on the screen up there, that's rain. The pink, some sleet. So we're looking at Monoman County, Nadawash, and point south towards White Earth. They're getting some potential sleet. That's those frozen balls of ice that are bouncing off windows. Some of that could be coating your deck and sidewalks. But where we are getting reports of flat-out rain, just moving into the northern reaches of Grand Forks, East Grand Forks, all the way up toward the Grafton area, Drayton and Hallock, we're seeing some heavier rain showers now, hitting that frozen road surface out there near Greenbush and Roseau County. So I expect there to be some very slippery roads setting up during the overnight and into the daybreak hours for Langdon Point south towards Devil's Lake and into Rock Lake Candu. We're expecting a chance for some slipperiness as well. 35 with winds from the southwest. They're at 13 miles per hour at this hour at Hector International Airport. Your hour-by-hour forecast. Well, our model just not picking up on the widespread nature of the moisture that we're seeing on the radar right now. But suffice it to say that the location is right. Now, we do have that northern branch of the rain that will be spreading to the south and east as we go through the overnight hours. And the best chance for some of this to push down into the Fargo-Moorhead hour comes around 3 in the morning. So overnight, all of us stand a chance at getting a light dose of freezing drizzle, rain, or freezing rain. So please be careful with that first step out the door tomorrow. Make sure it's that you have your balance and you're grabbing onto a railing out there, because it could be quite icy. Temperatures in the 20s to around 32 degrees to start your Friday. Now, we may see some sun in the south as we go through the day, though we're going to notice clouds sagging back into the picture. So more clouds and sunshine tomorrow. Wind will be west-northwesterly, and it won't be too strong, 5 to 10 miles per hour. So temperatures will kiss 40 degrees tomorrow. 40 degrees, that's very nice, and about 20 degrees above average. As we head through the afternoon and evening, we cannot rule out a spit of rain or freezing drizzle and an isolated flurry. But the best chance comes overnight tonight, and our model showing the best chance of any freezing drizzle along and near Highway 2 and the I-29 corridor to the north. 30s, upper 30s for your afternoon tomorrow in southeast North Dakota, mid-30s for most of Lakes Country. A pleasant day, but mostly cloudy skies. Here's where the chance will be best for a freezing drizzle drop or flurry of snow tomorrow afternoon. Temperatures in the low 30s, mid-30s for most of northeast North Dakota. All in all, 20 degrees above average for this time of the year. Hey, Mike, here's another shot. This is what it looked like. Andrea, thanks for your gorgeous, colorful shot of West Fargo. The planning forecast shows the weekend will bring the next chance of a wintry mix. It starts Saturday late as rain for some, sleet, and a little bit of snow out in northern Minnesota. It's not going to be heavy, but it certainly could once again cause a little bit of slipperiness on the roads.
All right, and you can stay up to date on the changing weather by a smartphone or tablet. You can also do so on the latest road and weather conditions on our Storm Team app. Just search VNL Weather in the App Store. Later on Valley News Live 10 at 10, Target expanding its clothing line. What size shoppers will benefit? Up next, new research surrounding the amount of fish a pregnant woman should be eating.